right like every time I express to make you mine, little baby. We collide, we divide. You and I share unite through the times of our lives. Oh, come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, baby. Yeah. Don't want nobody claiming you. Having broken hearts, but I changed a few. When I come inside, gotta stay in you. Knowing when we slide, we can change the view. Girl, the way you make it pop on real. I don't pop no pills. I won't stop, love the thrill. The way you up and down me still, I feel. Why don't I see the signs left and right like every time I express to make you mine, little baby? We collide, we divide. You and I should unite through the times of our lives. Why don't I see the signs left and right like every time I express to make you mine, little baby? Yeah, we collide, we divide. You and I should unite through the times. Can't talk that shit, gotta see it. Girl, you ain't got a man, can I be it? From a place they 10 all season. I got plans for reasons that I won't get too deep in. Gave my heart straight to a demon. She left my shit leaking. That's exactly what I needed. They be acting like I don't see shit. When I'm in the pussy, I be geeking. What you doing with all that reaching? Thought I told your ass I was decent. Shane is my name, ain't to complain, no willing to save you. Addicted to pain, I have little shame. I know you the same too. Come on, come on, come on, come on, baby.
Try to give my soul. Yeah. Girl, you've been so far, but damn, still I feel you. Saw the truth all in your eyes. Know you know that they never lie. Even though these days I see that you try to hide. Guess I shouldn't really be surprised. Keep your secrets till the day you die. Here to tell you that I'm here for you, do for you. Know that I'm year round. See the kid making it bound. Run the city, go pound for pound. Yeah. Even at the times that my heart is in the lost and found. Know that my whip is a pellet, but his really conceal it. True feeling that you gave me this time last year.
VIBEOne, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? Shout out to everybody on the early check-in. Jack versus, what's up?
Hey,
what's going on? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, man. It's raining, man.
Happy new webcam.
Let me tell you all something. It actually snowed in Arizona yesterday.
What?
And I heard it snowed in Vegas. Yeah, that's like weird.
It snowed in Cali too. I had seen a lot of people was showing videos and stuff like this. Snowed in Cali. What is going on? Wow.
It is the end. The end is near. It's over. Yeah, man, it was nice knowing y'all.
Hey, we always joke about that Boost Mobile stuff. Come on, Kev.
Oh my God! Come on now, not the Boost Mobile, man.
Boost. Yo, shout out to everybody. What's going on? Your boy is clear. Y'all see me? Can you see me? I'm not fuzzy no more. So
yeah, you look amazing.
And I know. I hope I'm clear. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I tell you what though, you know what? It don't even matter about how my day was or whatever. But my daughter, she don't have COVID anymore. So
ooh, let's go, man.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it definitely is. It was a scary moment. You know what I mean? Your child gets COVID, you know. It's just it's crazy. But yeah.
What about?
Lot going on, man. Definitely a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about. and we definitely got to honor our guy, man, the GOAT, one and only. I wore my I only wear this for special occasions, but I went on and poured it on out the vault and put it on today for my guy, man. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to the legend, man, the GOAT, my brother.
Yeah, that's very true. He does not wear that very often.
Nah, I really
No.
don't. Last time I wore this jersey, Kobe played the Dallas Mavericks, and it was on my birthday. It just fell so perfectly, and got a chance to get some pretty decent seats, man, and see my guy Tam out the frame. You know what I'm saying? So touchy moment, man. Touchy. Shout out to
We'll
Mr.
get into
Lawton,
Kobe
man.
later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Lawton, GS Music. Sunshine. We got to shout out our people, man. Our people always pulling up on us, showing us so much love. Shout out to Lisa Nichols. Shout out to Vibe Show Casper. Um, what else and Buddy the Barber, man. How could we? You know what? We definitely got we got to send Buddy the Barber something, man. We're gonna have to. We got them Vibe shirts and those VIBEOne shirts gonna be coming, man. We gotta definitely send our people some merch out. All our people that be showing so much love to us, man. We really appreciate y'all. Versus what we got, man. How we looking?
Well. Yeah, big things is happening. Seems like the new president. All right, new president. Sleepy Joe. I mean, Joe Biden. Joe
And
Biden.
correct me if I'm wrong. Joe Biden was on our show last week, right? He was a special guest
Yeah, Joe
appearance.
Biden did
Yeah,
stop
see?
by. He stopped by
I'm
today.
hoping he pull up today. I got a few questions I need to get answered, but
Yeah, we had Joe come through. But Jacqueline sent me this yesterday about apparently we're gonna have a switching of the bills. We're gonna have Jackson is looking to not be on the $20 bill anymore. Looks like Herriet Tubman might be on
what?
the new $20 bill that's coming in the future. I don't know the timeline. It might be coming in the paying view, maybe within the year, maybe next year. But that's something that's in motion. What do you guys think about that? I think it's about time, me personally.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm
I
not gonna lie.
I'm yeah, I'm loving the concept. I mean, it would be the first African American on a dollar bill. A lot of history, goes back there and what she was trying to do for, freedom and slavery and the Underground Railroad. I mean, it's huge. I think it's commendable to change the dollar bill. I think currency has not changed in quite some time. But we have to be realistic. Does that really solve the issue? Does that solve the problem? And
Nah,
yeah, let's talk about the wage gap and everything else that we're dealing with, economic equality. And so does a $20 bill change anything? I think that's a topic up for discussion.
now, wait a minute. Is it the 20 or it's the dollar or
It's the 20.
it's the 20? It should have been the 100, but we
Pay
making we
some
making
respect.
we're making
Exactly.
we're making progress, little progress, but it definitely doesn't I mean, I don't know. It's one of them things where it's just like are we glad that some form of change is happening? I mean, we it's hard. It's really really hard, and it's a good thing, but at the same time, like you said, it's very long overdue. I feel like all of our late greats should be in those type of positions. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Effortlessly with no question about it at all. You know.
Hmm.
we brought up the $100 bill. I think Harriet Tubman, she was great. She did a whole lot, but I feel like that hundred that hundo needs to be saved for. You already know MLK. You know, we're gonna. I feel like Martin Luther. I feel like he needs to be on the 100. Okay, I feel like. I
But you
mean,
know what though? You know what? I don't know. I feel like Malcolm. Um, I don't know, man. Martin Luther King definitely. But Malcolm was about that fight back, type of thing. Martin was good too. Take your beating and hold. Be quiet. Take your beating and keep the peace. Malcolm was on some. You know,
well, I
fight
mean,
back.
they both served their both sides of the coin. You know, that but and it was necessary. I mean, yeah, Malcolm, his approach was a necessary evil, as they say, so I mean, he was the more radical side, and Martin was the more, more, what is it, not democratic, but diplomatic. I think that's the word I'm looking for. He was
Mm.
Hmm.
he was more, about diplomacy, and being taking the high road. So it was glad that both of them existed in the same point in time, so you have
Hmm.
both sides, because of course there's always two sides to everything. But
Right.
I think, as far as me, I think this is long overdue. I mean, yeah, we have to start off small. I mean, we're not gonna get the Tom Brady 50-yard touchdown just out the gate. I mean,
Right.
hey, it's something. I think it's been long overdue. I feel like there are black historical figures are just as much as American heroes
Hmm.
than anybody else that's on our money.
And don't get me wrong,
Um.
I think it's definitely honorable, but I think, they're talking about the currency is not going to be available until 2028, 2030 at the earliest. So why, exhaust so much resources and efforts onto something when there's other, issues that need to be addressed at hand with, women equality and women rights, pay, just in general to honor African Americans. So, I think it's a great gesture, but I think that we definitely need to start implementing things sooner instead of waiting until 2028 or 2030 to feel the effects.
Well, that's
Right.
very interesting, though. It's gonna be a very long time before
Hmm.
any of that good stuff gonna happen, because recently, I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast with a former congresswoman. She was a congresswoman, she's from Hawaii. I forget her name. Yeah, from Hawaii. She was a congresswoman during the entire Trump administration,
Mm.
and she was trying to. She was one of those people who can't be bought, right? Can't be bought,
Hmm.
and things like that. That's why she's a former congresswoman. She's not still in there because, I mean, she basically gave it up in the interview. She let us know all about what's going on behind the curtain with these Congress people, and that the fact, really, what I got from it, I didn't finish the whole thing, but I got halfway through, and basically, they got people up there that's playing with the American lives. They don't care about us. They're self-serving, and all they do is serve the corporations that pay them. That's it.
Right. Well,
Right.
interesting enough. Um, it's deep, man. And we can have a whole segment on it.
Hmm.
Leanne said, Jizz Music said it doesn't matter who they put on it. Those folks still have control of every dollar. That's a fact.
It's very true.
Exactly. It's
It's
still a
very.
$20 bill, no matter, same value. It's not different. I get the honorability, and it's not to say that it's not a nice gesture, but we still have, systemic racism and inequality that we have to fight for, and that is at the forefront that needs to be addressed.
Right. And in all actuality, I mean, the value of a dollar is depreciating by the day. I mean, you know what I mean? So eventually, what they're gonna put their face on cryptocurrency, or I mean, like, you
Probably.
know,
Hmm.
I mean, we'll see how that plays out.
Absolutely.
Probably. But yeah, no, there's definitely things that need to be done. I mean, Biden is, at least it's a mark of potentially what is going to come within the next 4 years. I mean, if Joe makes it, I'm still a little concerned. I'm still a little concerned if he can even make the entire 4 years.
I don't know. They wouldn't let Joe have his bike, man. You know, he wanted his what you call them Pala what's them bikes where they like oh no, come on, Kano, you got 10 more in you on the little screen or whatever. I might have to give me one of them.
You talking about the
Polygram, I don't know what the name of them bikes is, but they wouldn't let old Joe have his at the White House. They said that they could tap into it or something like that. So they didn't allow him to bring his bike from the house. He really wanted that, his exercise bike. So hopefully he'll be able to get some form of exercise in because he's going to need it. Trust me. Definitely that.
Lot of work, a lot of work that needs to be done. But I mean, third round of stimulus checks. Hopefully,
I still haven't got mine.
Well,
anybody got a stimulus on here? Anybody on in the live chat right now? Did anybody receive any form of stimulus yet?
I think at this point they're saying that it's going to be a tax rebate on your taxes when you file if you haven't received it thus far.
Right. Sounds about right.
Well, I mean, it's got to be better than that abysmal $600. $600. You spend that in a week.
Word.
So that was, but I would, and we're gonna move on. But I do want to leave it on this note. If people don't realize that, honestly, we need to wise up. Just as a whole, as a country, if them $600 did not let you know how the government really feels about us, okay, then I mean, you one of the lost ones.
We broke
because that right there was just, we not broke. We got enough money to send to Pakistan and
man, they have so much debt. The United States in so much debt right now. It ain't even funny, man.
So if we in so much debt, then why they sending millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in foreign aid to multiple countries? But
Fat say he ain't filing. He ain't filing his taxes.
Yay, send me your 600. We'll do something with it.
Right.
Saying, but yeah, we'll but hope for the future. Hope for the future. But now I'm gonna let Jacqueline kind of take point on this one. We're moving on to the Super Bowl because she brought that up. Yeah, the Super Bowl apparently is losing money, or that people like companies are pulling out their ads and all this other stuff because Super Bowl's around the corner.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Hyundai, some other big names are not moving forward with Super Bowl commercials. Typically, about a 30-second ad costs about $5 million and up. And these big companies normally, you look forward to their commercials. It's like the big thing in the Super Bowl is, what's the latest commercial? But these companies have foregone creating these commercials, and part of the reason is they want to either reinvest those funds into other initiatives. So Budweiser is going to be focusing their efforts on COVID vaccines and making that readily available. Hyundai had a loss in their revenue, so they're looking to reallocate kind of like marketing budget. Coca-Cola as well, they're looking at other avenues to realign their budget. So it's very interesting when you have big sponsorships and corporations that you're normally used to seeing on Super Bowl Sunday pull out and redistribute wealth in other areas. So, for me as a fan, I love watching football. I love watching sports in general, but I think a lot of it too is, viewership is down with the games because of COVID. Fans are not in the stands. And I think it's like the rate of investment, the cost of a 30-second commercial, is it really going to pay off? So I found it very interesting that some big names are pulling out of the Super Bowl.
To be honest with you, I don't even remember the last time I watched the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. It just seemed, I don't know, sports just, I guess I'm just I don't know. I guess I'm
Then we
just
can't hang
old
out.
school.
We can't hang out.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Get in the
I,
bag. Say
I'm
it.
just saying, it
Say it.
just seems like, I don't know, sports just
Yeah. Come on. Give me.
it's just changing, man. It's changed tremendously, man. I don't know the super that super exciting feel for me is just it just ain't there. I'm gonna dip in and just see what the scores is and stuff like that. But I'm saying, like, just being excited about it. I just think that everything is just so controlled now. You know what I mean? Like, I find myself watching old clips or watching old games or whatever when it was really gridlock. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was watching it. Really just, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's so many different rules and politics in the game now, and it's like, all right, okay, Kansas City gone, Tom Brady. I think they're gonna send him
That's
out.
a good matchup, though. A good
I
matchup.
mean, it's a good matchup, but I mean, if he's retiring, then we already know how that's gonna probably play out. They're probably gonna
I just
send
love
him out.
Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is an amazing coach, man, and he is class act. So if he can deliver it with Tampa, that'd be huge. But Mahomes is one to watch.
The kid got skills. He got skills.
I don't indulge
Versus
in
like I don't
NFL.
care NFL.
I don't care about. I stopped watching football a long time ago. I mean, not football as a whole, but NFL. The NFL just got. I don't know. It got boring to me. I mean, I like to pride myself to think that I'm in the middle. Okay, I'm in the middle of between old, kind of the little bit of the old school and a little bit of my generation. So I got to see certain things and experience certain things that kind of blends my values of what I like. And I mean, after Ray Lewis and my Baltimore Ravens, after 02, 03, and then we came back and Flacco got us another championship. So after that, one of my boys, our unstoppable defense was gone. Honestly, it's like when the Ravens left, it's like the rest of the exciting parts of the league left. To be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie, it's like the rest of the league. Oh, what? We just lost Jacqueline.
Yeah, but yeah, it is just music. It is a big distraction because there's so many different serious issues going on in the world. You know what I mean? And I just think that everybody, with everything that everybody going through right now, I don't think that everybody is as excited about it. I mean, people trying to figure out if they're gonna get some bread come through so they can get these bills paid and put some food on the table. You know what I mean? A lot of people just, not working right now. I mean, y'all seen the food lines? You know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So I really think that I just think that people. I think that the league is realizing that. I mean, and of course they trying to keep some form of entertainment going. I mean, you got a lot of athletes and stuff like that or whatever that they depending on them paychecks as well. But it's just so much going on in the world right now, man. I don't think people really care, to be honest with you. People trying to figure out, are they going to send the 2,000 or what y'all going to do? You know what I mean? Like, it's just some serious stuff going on in the world. And I think that it's so much, it's compiled. It's so much, people, kind of, have a tough time dealing with one issue. I mean, we got multiple issues going on all at one time,
Right.
Not to mention, we can't forget about the racial profiling stuff. That stuff's still in the air. We can't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not going away.
It's not going away. You know what I mean?
Tension still
So
in the air. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of things that we're waiting on. You know, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop, essentially. And like, yeah, like you said, I mean, you can even apply what's going on with the Super Bowl to the NBA Finals last year. I mean, it was the lowest viewed NBA Finals since like I don't know when Wilt Chamberlain was playing.
To be honest with you, I didn't even know that the championship had happened till I've seen it on. I was like, they had played the championship. Seriously,
Yeah.
like I was just like,
We
I
got
just be,
problems, Kev.
I just be so engulfed in what I'm doing, man. Like I just feel like I can't put too much focus on. I'm not just my time because I feel like you know what I'm saying. Like when you running companies and trying to keep your brand alive and man, it's like your values change, man. Your focus change. You just be focused on trying to take care of business and build your empire. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So we can be broadcasting at the Super Bowl or something, you know what I mean? But you know, it's I don't know, but you know, that's just me. I just feel like it's just so much stuff going on in the world right now. I just feel like it's just it's important, but it's just not that important. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And I think
Yeah.
consumers are going to change their spending habits. They might not spend that $100 on, chips and salsa and everything like that. So, the economy. Look what happened in California. They just lifted the ban, trying to get consumers to spend again. Let's see what the ripple effect of that is. You got your stimulus. Those who got the $600, they're either saving it, investing it, or they're out there spending it. And in order for our economy to work, we gotta spend as consumers. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
The thing about it though, it's just not enough.
I agree,
You know what I
110%.
mean? Like because I mean, okay, let's just say like the dynamics of Cali, Vegas, you know, all these different these major cities. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, you know, we're not even going to even talk about rent or
Hmm.
mortgages. 600.
And I mean,
Like,
have you gone grocery shopping? It's not cheap.
no,
Everything is up
exactly.
price wise. It's crazy.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So when you do finally, you know, by the time you do get the 600 or shit, even get the 2000, I mean, you're trying to catch up. You got your landlord calling you. You got call no people calling you if you got a call. I mean, nobody. I mean, it's just like, hey, there's no relief nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the bills ain't stopping. They need to, you know, when they need to stop the bills right now while COVID's going
They're
on.
Exactly.
trying. They're trying. I mean, they extended I forgot exactly what it's called. It's relief or forgiveness something. Basically, you landlords cannot run up and hey, where my rent at right now? So they extended that. Thank God, or we'll have a lot of homeless people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is what you know they gonna tack that on the back end, so it ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's still
I would
gonna
hope
be
not.
there.
I mean, I would hope that, I mean, because we know most places is sleazy. I mean, they're gonna try to find a way to tax you or whatever. I hope that is prevented because right now nobody should be trying to finesse anybody out of any extra
Hmm.
money or because I mean, God, like the economy is crap. People are losing more jobs every day. The biggest corporations are downsizing by the
Hmm.
months.
Yeah,
Like,
thousands of people losing jobs right now. That's why I say like it's just it's a lot of serious issues. Going out there. Streaming services trying to figure out ways to. You know what I mean? They're trying to maximize because I mean everything is pretty much. I mean I don't see this lifting up. I think we finna ride this one out for the rest of the year. I don't see anything picking up. I really don't because when you look at COVID as a whole, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Okay, they pushing the vaccine, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like what nobody's talking about the side effects. Nobody's saying that it's actually curing anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is if the vaccine is so great, then the people that's on ventilators and the people that's actually going through it and in a bad way right now, why not give it to them? Because that might help them
Hmm.
instead of showing pictures of the doctors and all that getting in and they clapping and celebrating or whatever, and then you got somebody in the other room damn near about to die, it might help them. They don't really know. That's my whole thing. So that's what I'm messed up with.
There's steps.
Yeah.
I mean, there's steps to it. I mean, we can't just be, getting in an Oprah bag and be like, you get a vaccine. We can't, because it's science at the end of the day, right? So there's a process, because if they start handing out vaccines, man, there's a lot of lawsuits right there. What it sounds like to me, like, because the people just dying all over the place, and it's like, whoa, like, so the first responders have to get it first, because
but then but then you got but it seems like from what we're seeing, it seems like people dying after they get the vaccine.
Right. And that's the problem. There's, I have a lot of friends in the field that said there hasn't been enough testing on it. It was like a kind of sense of urgency to get it rolled out. So those who have respiratory diseases or autoimmune diseases, those are very high risk to get the vaccine, and that's something that needs to be taken into consideration. So now we have new mandates of, if you travel out of the United States, you need to come back with a negative COVID result, test. And that's another debate. Should we be held to these kinds of restrictions, with traveling, or next time you go to watch a game or you go to a movie theater, you have to show your COVID result in essence, or that you have the vaccination. It's kind of like forcing people to get vaccinated.
Okay. I think that's where they're going with it. You know what I mean? Because they already having those discussions already, and I'm riding it out. I'm like, they're gonna have to damn near handcuff me for to get it, because I'm just saying, like, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to implement these companies in there where you work at and all these different places or whatever. So just imagine if your job is like, this is a mandatory thing in order for you to keep your employment. Everybody's gonna have to get the vaccine. It's
gonna happen though. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen by default, regardless, because these companies want to bounce back. So after everybody in the medical field has been vaccinated, all the other jobs and corporations and companies are going to be hitting people in the mail or hitting their employees with emails like, hey, guess what? You can't come back here without a vaccination. And the people that share your sentiments are going to be, I guess, handcuffed nationwide, because, hey, like, it's going to come to that point. I think that's something that a lot of people are in denial about. They think that, oh, I don't got to take it. Well, I mean, if you want to get your paycheck that you holding on to, you're going to have to take it. It's going to happen.
Or you can just get your grind on and really bet on self and shake that dice too. It's always that option.
That's a dice ain't nobody trying to touch, man.
I mean, I'm already shaking that dice. I mean,
that's you. That's
juggling the fence. I mean, I'm 1 foot in, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my ultimate goal. I mean, is to, you know what I mean?
Not everybody, most people a steady check. People like to be in the bubble.
Entrepreneurship is not easy.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, it's definitely not. But everybody, everybody with a form of some type of vision, can definitely make some things happen, especially, with all of the resources, all of the online resources and stuff like that. I just think that, now is the time that people need to be trying to come up with something. I mean, hell, I'm seeing people sell candles rolling right now. I mean, everybody's shopping online now. So if you can't come up with something now to cut grass people and stuff like that, it's looking kind of slim jim for them. You know what I'm saying? Like them, but anything that's online right now, I mean, you can probably, sow you some, people jumped off the mask business. I mean, I'm seeing, all types of custom masks with the flipping lights on it. And, I mean, people just getting creative right now. You know what I mean? I might start sewing me some, custom undergarments. You know what I'm saying? See how that might work out.
Versa said no.
We see what we want to see, though. We being so if that's what you rather see, then hey, you're gonna see more entrepreneur people are taking advantage.
Right.
But realistically, we gotta paint it with the bigger picture here, and most people are sheep. Okay, most people like to be told what to do. Most people
Right.
like that steady check. Most people like the fact that they got insurance through their company.
Hmm.
People like security. People don't
Hmm.
like being insecure, feel that lack of security, and security comes in the form of a check. I mean,
Right.
if you do have that entrepreneurial spirit, great. But most people don't even have the foresight or the want to one invest in themselves because they rather take that stimulus money and blow it
Hmm.
That's
on.
true. I mean, and even insurance is the biggest hustle. That's the biggest hustle, man. The insurance
That's a
game,
whole nother
that's a
conversation.
hustle, man. Matter of I just had a debate with my insurance company. You know what I mean? And I just had a debate with the woman on the phone 2 days ago, and I was just trying to get her to explain to me, you know, what is the benefits, because I know it's time for my insurance to roll over and renew. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? And I like Progressive. I'm rolling with Flow now. But my question to her was, here I am. I've been with y'all probably 5 years now. And I'm like, no accidents. I'm like, what is the benefit for me not having any accidents? I'm supposedly a platinum.
Mm.
I'm a platinum, insured motorist. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm asking her, my question to her was, what are y'all going to do for me? And
You might need to drop Flow then. I mean, there's other
she, she,
companies that
she,
are
was, she
giving you
was stumbling.
incentives.
She was
I'm not,
stumbling. She couldn't answer that. I mean, she was like, well,
Flow.
let me check up. She typed it. Let me check your let me see what I can do. Let me see what we got. And it is nothing. And because I'm like, y'all could change my rate at any time. I'm seeing it creeping on up
Hmm.
there. I
Hmm.
came in the game at a $1.45,
Ooh.
and now I'm at 190, strangely.
Mm.
I
Mm.
mean, and you telling me that due to due to the hurricanes and all this and all that, I get it, but I'm just saying, y'all got to do something, for us as well. I had the device in there that was supposed to bring my numbers down. Brought, I think, I $5 off, but I'm just saying though, so. It's all a game, man. It's all a hustle game. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, you got to have insurance and all that or whatever. But what are you going to do? They can
But
do
there's other
anything that they want to
companies,
do.
yeah, but there's other companies that are getting that business by giving you cashback rewards or buying down your rate. So it might be that you got to break up a Flow, and that's cool. Like you might have to
You
do
Try,
that.
might,
been there, done that, been there,
you
done that,
might
and I ended up
have.
coming back to Flow.
Oh, okay.
Been there, done
Okay.
that. I've been with. I done tried them all out, all and I
Gotcha.
and they all it's the same game. Same
Gotcha.
game. I just like floating them because whenever some things happen or something like that, they are fast with taking care of some business. You know what I mean? So
Well,
anyway,
You like what you like.
well, well.
I like what I like.
Might 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 have to find some alternatives, sir.
Exactly.
I don't know. Get with one of these.
Oh, internet insurance companies that you can pay $25. They telling you can pay $25 for
Hey
insurance,
man,
right?
either that or you can get the general, man. I don't know what else to tell you at that point.
Failure,
I don't know.
complete
I don't know
failure.
what else to tell you, but man, moving on though. That was a very nice insurance seminar you just gave. Thank you for breaking that down.
I try to
But
do what I can, man.
the integral details and nuances of progressive and being a customer. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Uh, but yeah, so what's going on? What's going on with Trigger Trey? Trigger
Ooh.
songs. This is all for the ladies. Mr. Still Your Girl is in Mr. Thrown in jail for
For what?
violating.
Going to the game?
It said he
No.
violated protocol.
He violated what
Apparently,
athletic
he didn't
protocol?
want. No, he violated COVID protocols. He didn't want to wear his mask, which is interesting because now that I'm reading a couple of different stories, I at first when I heard it, I was like, he's a celebrity. He should be, setting the example for so many, fans and other people around the world. But today I read an article that said that he had his mask off because he was eating. And then there's, images
Mhm.
of other fans with their mask off, and so it prompts that equality issue again. If you're going to treat one person one way, treat everyone the same way. So everyone else that didn't have their mask on should have, been talked to or escorted out of the building for lack of, adhering to the policy. So it's interesting twist is how I see it.
Lock him up, but they out at Trump's rallies, and they all out there. A lot of people ain't have no mask on. I'm just
Right.
I'm just trying to get a clearer understanding on this and be clear. You know what I'm saying? Because we got
Right.
people on video, tearing down, a federal building, some with mask on, some with no mask on. You know what I mean? So,
Man, look, I
I,
go to the grocery store. People don't got masks on.
They shouldn't
So
be allowed in supposedly, but I hear you loud and clear. I think it's unfortunate that there's still racial profiling that's happening. I've experienced racial profiling myself, being pulled over or being asked to open up the car and
no,
whatnot. Oh yeah,
really,
yeah.
somebody's
um
trying to. You sure they not trying to holler?
nah, don't work
Trying to
that
get
way.
the trying to get the
Trying to
digits?
get the digits.
Ma'am, I need
No,
to
I'm
pull you
telling you.
over for being too attractive here. Now, I'm officer.
so what did
Yeah.
did they mistake you? They didn't let you slide. I mean, because you can kind of, you know what I'm saying. You you can you can slide on the other side. Slide through the cracks a little bit now. You pretty fair skinned it here.
Listen, I am Hispanic and proud, and I don't condone any kind of racial profiling. So if it's going to happen to me, it's happening to so many other people out there, and it's unfortunate. So I think, kind of, bringing it back to Trey, if that really is what happened, he has every right to speak up and say, why isn't everyone else being treated the exact same way? How come all these other people are breaking protocol and they're allowed to get away with it? Some of the stories that came out today said that the police officer was intentionally acting this way. So I'm pretty sure more details will come out about it, but it's just another example of racial profiling, and that it's unfortunate that it continues to happen.
My boy Trey, too pretty to be in jail, man. Us pretty guys, man. We cannot afford to be in jail. We just can't.
Hmm.
But all jokes aside, though,
You break the rules,
I mean,
you got to get your issue.
it's just when well, his lawyer. I did kind of try to read up on it. It said his lawyer, his attorney, has not agreed to give comment. So we don't know exactly. I don't
Yeah,
think we're gonna
I
know
wasn't there.
anytime soon what exactly happened. Unfortunately, there is no video evidence of that has been presented. There's no evidence for real when TMZ can't come out with the video. So it's really
TMZ gonna have somebody in the tree. I'm telling you, they go. Boy, they a beast, boy.
yeah.
Mm.
So if he ain't got the video, and we just ain't gonna know till somebody say something. But I mean, I don't know. I have to present this question though. Like, are we right now? Because we're so triggered, still triggered. 2020 was a bad year for a lot of stuff. So as you know, ethnic people,
Hmm.
minority people, are we just latching on to anything at this point? Or like what like, because I don't know, man. I just feel like a lot of things is really diluted just at the fact that we're just, angry, pissed off, tired.
Whew. I mean, I think we're at a point where we know that our voice matters. I think in the past we've stayed quiet, and we didn't want to stir a buzz. We just continued to operate as normal. But I think the more that we started seeing racial inequality and mistreatment of individuals, you infuriate an individual, and so you can't stay quiet anymore. And people that could be the most innocent individuals, continue to face systemic racism. And I think the more that it happens, and again with social media and with smartphones, you capture a lot of things, and that's what creates the viral attention. In the past, social media wasn't a platform that we could use to help kind of create this into mainstream news, but it's not something you can ignore anymore. I mean, the reality is it happens more frequently than we think. I think sometimes it makes the news, sometimes it doesn't, but I think now we're at a point where people are speaking up and they're saying enough is enough.
I just think it's all a bunch of bullshit, to be honest with you. You
Give
know
it
what I'm
to
saying?
us.
Because
There we go.
I
Come on.
mean, I'm just saying
Press the button.
this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's being polarized now, whatever. Yeah, but even with video, you know what I'm saying? Like it I mean, we just seen cops walk away from the Breonna Taylor thing. I mean, they paid the mama 15 million, and we haven't heard nothing else about it. We haven't heard nothing else about Alton Sterling. We hadn't heard nothing else about anything.
Hold up, 15 million.
They gave her. Yeah, she got 15 million. It's the most awarded ever, and we haven't heard nothing else about it. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? So all that this stuff been going on, and it's gonna keep going on. You know what I'm saying? People can speak up, say whatever they want to say or whatever. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Is it really going to change? I mean, all you really could do is look out for yourself. It's unfortunate that people be in these type of situations or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, you gotta know, you gotta deal with the hand that you was dealt. Like we people, minorities, people of color. I mean, that ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna change, and politics is not gonna change because everybody is politicking. That's what it is. Everybody is politicking. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand politics, you know how to navigate a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just be smart, man. That's just my opinion, though. You just gotta just be smart. I done been in situations or whatever. You know what I mean? And in those situations, I'm also thinking as well. You know, okay, I'm a black man. I'm getting pulled over. I got pulled over a couple months ago. I'm in the van, you know what I mean, going where I'm supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Cop whip in behind me, unmarked, whip in behind me, immediately got my license out. You know what I'm saying? Got my license out, hands out the window. I'm already on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not finna happen today. We're not finna do that. So he like, oh man, you can put your hands down, man. We looking for a suspect, this, that, and the other, or whatever. I still got my hands out while I'm talking to him, visible while I'm talking to him. Man, you can put your hands down. I'm like, no, sir. I'm like, I understand. I'm like, you looking for? He's like, yeah, this vehicle looked like it matched the description or whatever. My apologies or whatever. I'm like, okay, sir. Hands still up. Okay, sir. I'm good. Yeah, you good, man. You good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, lawsuit, should Trey Songz sue the police department that brought him in?
Man, you fighting a losing battle, man.
I mean, he Trey Songz. He ain't like us. He got millions, so he can spare the money.
Man, listen, it's a lot of people with millions. Harvey Weinstein got millions. Bill Cosby got millions. It's a lot. They got millions. And when they want to take you down, they gonna take your ass down. When they done with you, they done with you.
That Bill Cosby situation was different though. So
it ain't no different than all of the other cases in Hollywood that just haven't been brought to the light yet. It ain't no different.
Well, that was
I'm not justifying Bill Cosby's actions or whatever. But all I'm saying is let's just not act like Bill is the only one. I
Hey,
don't
look,
know. I don't know why. I don't know why they got mad at Bill. I don't know. He was trying to buy the white network. He had these bread was long. He was trying to buy the network. NBC, one of them. He was trying to buy it.
40 women came out of nowhere.
I mean, I'm
They didn't
talking
want
about
to
we
get
got
paid.
50-year-old women coming out the blue. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah,
handled that.
that
So
was
that just goes to show you that it don't matter how much paper you got. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how much paper you got. It's groups, and you either with the with cool with them, and when you make them mad, they're gonna cut your water off.
Oh well, that's what happened with that congresswoman. I told you, yeah, that I brought up earlier. It happened with her. That's why because I think I think she put her name in for the presidency. I think she tried to run, and as soon as she tried to run, then they tried to attach her to being some kind of Russian, like the media tried to paint her like she was some Russian asset or something. And then, it was she really gave it up. Like I might send y'all the link to that. You could go check that out, because she really said a lot. It wasn't surprising, but it was like pretty much confirming really what we already know or what we kind of speculate,
Mm,
that, yeah, there are interest groups. Yeah, there are people that pay off people to say certain things or not
Hmm.
say things, and or pay to have your vote. A lot of votes in Congress is bought by
Very much
corporations,
so. Very much
and she
so.
didn't want to play ball. She wasn't taking that dirty money, and so what they do, they made it hard for her because she didn't want to play ball. So you know, and that's why she didn't repeat. You could tell she was tired. I can only imagine the games and the manipulation, the corruption. Like when you're a pure-hearted person and you go up in stuff like that where you want to affect change and see and get some real issues solved, but you just there's no way to do that. So it's just kind of like just confirming really what we just know. So yeah. Hey, that Bill Cosby thing was sus, man. I mean, so statute of limitations just didn't matter anymore, and that blew my mind. I was
well,
crazy.
when just know when you stand up when you stand up for something, you know what I'm saying. It's repercussions that come behind it, and you got to be prepared
Yeah.
to go all the way with it. Because everybody that tried to embark change for a greater cause is no longer with us anymore.
You're going to
So
face
you know,
resistance. Yeah.
it is what it is. That's just the life that the world we living in.
That is true.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. You know what I mean? I stand for what I stand for, my morals and principles or whatever. And I mean sometimes, it's a lot that come along with that, but you know, it is what it is. We got to be prepared for die for what you believe in. I mean,
Hmm.
that's the cold-hearted truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Martin Luther King, man. Just celebrated MLK Day. Shoot, he died in surveillance. You need
There
to
you
go
go.
check that
Yeah.
documentary out. FBI Martin Luther King. That they had his everything everywhere he was at tapped, and then he died on surveillance. Crazy, really insane, man. But yeah. So we kind of started touching on the topic a little bit, before we switch gears and stuff like that. But the reality of how long coronavirus is really gonna be around, like I think that's something that people is going to take a very long time to really grasp, because I was doing some research because this isn't the first pandemic. First pandemic that really happened that was documented way back in 1918, and that was with the Spanish flu.
Hmm.
And it said it claimed 50 million people's lives around that time, right? And it
Mm.
really honestly realistically hasn't gone nowhere. The Spanish flu is still a thing, but I think they said it took what up to like 4 years or something, like, but that's way back then. I would hope with modern technology and all the things that we've learned about the human body and how to fight said things. Even though this did come out of a lab, this thing is not natural.
They all come out of
It
labs.
came out of a
All of
lab,
them.
you know.
Coronavirus, AIDS, all of it
Yeah, so
out of these labs. These are tests.
yeah, it came out of lab. So, but realistically, I think that's the next hurdle because we already hit year one at this point.
What a projected number was 60 million. Was the projected number of deaths with this coronavirus. 60 million.
Yeah, so we in it for the long haul. Like
Right.
probably minimum 3 years, max maybe even 5. Still, like we're all far removed from not having to wear masks, not having to take precautions, and I mean, are people really prepared? Because we've been spoiled, for a very long time. Like the last pandemic recorded happened way back in 1918. So it's like now we're in even a different. That was different though. People could sit down a little bit more back then, right? But now
Hmm.
because we have this world we live in where everything instantaneous, right? Everything is just now go fly here, go here, drive this, do that, and we're hustle and bustle, and we kind of forced to kind of try to like, can people accept the terms that life is just not going to be the same for potentially for a very long time?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, Live Nation came out with an article today that their sector was hit hard, from concert venues and whatnot, but they're going to be opening up a lot of their venues for vaccinations. So they're trying to give back to the community the best they can. I find it very interesting, and this kind of goes to our theories, that after the presidential, inauguration, then all of a sudden these states are lifting their COVID restrictions and they say, go ahead, go out there and, be free and enjoy yourself and, socialize, obviously with masks and social distancing. But, a lot of the restrictions were put in place, all the way through the election. And now it's like last week, LA was like the epic center. And now it's like, we're lifting the restrictions and you can go out and, do these things. So, it's a control mechanism. I think it's created a lot of fear in people. A lot of people don't know how to interact anymore. They're afraid to go out. It's changed human behavior, human consumer behavior in general. So, yeah, our economy is heavily impacted by it.
I just think you just take care of yourself.
Right.
Take care of yourself. Change your eating habits. Try to get you a walk in if you can. Protect yourself when you go out. If you don't hang out and cry. I mean, the terms are simple. You know what I mean? And I understand that you're always gonna have resistance. And I mean, when you do have I mean, because this is a virus that we can't see. You know what I mean? Just like all of the other viruses and different things like that or whatever. You know what I mean? You can't see it. You don't know if you touch something and you just don't know. The only thing that every time I leave out of my house or you leave out of your house, it's a risk factor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just like getting the cold at wherever you at, and you're in the bathroom, at a public place or whatever, and money exchanging hands. You know what I mean? Just so many different ways. We always gonna get impacted by some type of germs or whatever. But I think that you're taking your herbals and you got your vitamin C, your vitamin D up to part. You know what I mean? Just basically, if you wasn't aware and in the loop, you should be on your game now and picking up the different items that you need to pick up to take care of yourself. But at the end of the day, you got to keep living. You got to keep living. You know what I mean? We can't be held hostage, in the house. You got to get out and get some air. You got to get out. Just the way the human body functions and works. You got
So
to get out.
what's your opinion with all of these parties that you see going on in Atlanta? These nightclubs opened up. Do you think that's needs more regulation?
I think that is absolutely ridiculous, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because these cities are impacted heavily, and I just think that is absolutely ridiculous. But at the end of the day, you know, what like what are these business owners going to do? Because I feel like on that side of the field, your back is up against the wall. You got party promoters, you got promoters that's starving right now. Can't put on those shows, and that's how they live their life, based on that physical interaction, that physical entertainment. You know what I mean? In their professional world. So now they're forced to try to figure out something else, because it's not like they're getting no relief or anything like that. So it scares me to see it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just like, what do you supposed to do? Do you it's either bring in minimum capacity of people and still not make a lot of money, and you got to overstock on liquor. You know what I mean? You owe the liquor distributors. You know what I mean? Either way it go, it's gonna be a L all the way around the board.
Right.
Atlanta will be the first to fall. I'm predicting that. People ignorant out there, man. I'm
It's ignorant people all over the world. It's not just Atlanta.
Yeah.
Clubs are.
It's a joke, man. It's a
well,
joke.
yeah. I'm just saying
the attention, because we got. I'm just saying. I get. I get that. I mean, it's scary for me to think about it. I mean, I have plans, or I had plans. I mean, it hit me the other day. I was like, man, what's going to happen with what I was trying to do? I feel like, especially for people that are like in my position, that are trying to do something that involves something in the entertainment industry, whether you're trying to be a new artist, I think we're fucked. I'm getting that feel like, if you're not already established, you're kind of screwed, because the industry, any type of form of entertainment is based off of people coming and purchasing tickets, and purchasing and being there live to with like live entertainment is dead.
I mean, you're right. Even look at verses. Look at the verses. I mean, with Keisha Cole and Ashanti. I mean, all you gotta do is look at the comments. People were highly disappointed. That happened. You know what I'm saying? You had people on there like, yo, couldn't really sing, this, that, and the other. I mean, the comments was horrific. They was going in. You know what I'm saying? It's like even that gets boring after a while. If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think when it first jumped off, I think that it was just, it was like, yo, this dope, this something new, yada yada yada, man, this is tight. But now people get like, oh man, I'm gonna check the replay out on YouTube or whatever.
Now I gotta admit, I would like to see an MC battle. I think that would be cool.
I mean, you can just tap in the URL. And that's URL, that's exciting, seeing the freestyle battles and stuff like that. But I just really feel like we just really in a crazy space right now.
Right.
And this whole virtual thing. I even seen something where they was talking about in the wind a Tupac and Biggie hologram versus, like, I'm like, man, please don't do that.
That's all staged. Yeah, it just.
But don't do it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Pac and Biggie holograms versus.
So versus has hit a ceiling. That's what you're saying.
To me, other people might be. I guess it all depends on
into it. So I don't.
All care. Depends on the artist or whatever. Like I say, the E40 and Too Short battle was dope. It was good to see them. I just think that they need to, tap into some of those type of people, some of those type of artists or whatever. I think that, because those type of artists, they bring a different time. I mean, the bigger artists, You know, I don't want to see a Beyonce, which we'll never see, but a Beyonce versus Riri or what. I mean, yeah,
Right.
I just, you know, I just don't, you know, like
It
I
could be
don't
the
care about
baddest,
it
the
though.
yeah, it could be the baddest drummer out there, the baddest guitarist, or
that's what I'm saying. Let's, you know, the tightest
Booney
graffiti
James versus
artist.
somebody,
Yeah, the tightest graffiti artists, you know, blank silhouettes,
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying? Boom. All right, no, let's see who can, you know, freestyle the tightest mirror right quick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's different things that could be done, but
Right.
I just think that the verses is just, I just think people burnt out. That's just my personal opinion, though. I mean, I'm, you know,
It didn't make me a difference, no matter. I never, yeah, I might be one of the very few. I ain't watched not one versus. I'll be honest with you. I it just it's not interesting. It's like, okay, sit here and watch artists go tit for tat with tracks, and it's like it's not. That's not. It never incentivized me. It was like, ooh, but then
nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I was just saying though, it just never. So the fact I'm not surprised that it hit a ceiling because I mean, at the end of the day, I think people because that's why I wanted to bring it up. People are hitting a wall, not just with just like dealing with going to the grocery store, okay, mask, everything like that. I think people are hitting the wall and starting to realize like, like damn, like all these alternatives are not enough.
Right.
Like it's not enough. Like versus is not enough. I would
No.
like to go see Gucci
Right.
Man in concert.
Right.
I
Like you
want
would
to see Gucci Man.
you can't beat the festivals. You can't beat, you know what I'm saying? You can't beat concerts. Like the whole it's a whole bunch tied into it. It's the whole vibe of being there. You know what I'm saying? Being in the atmosphere, feeling the energy. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like you can't top concerts, festivals. You
Can't.
can't Coachella. You can't beat that feeling, that vibe of actually seeing these artists perform live bands.
Right. And experiences. I mean, yeah, like I mean, experiences that certain artists do bring to their live show. Because you got artists that just go on stage and do their whatever, but then you have artists that make an experience that will stick with you for the rest, like Travis Scott. You know, like
Exactly.
dude, that his concert is a freaking. You have concert, but then you have experience, and what he does, and what other artists like him who really pump money into the show, like you can't. There's no way you can replicate that feeling. You know.
Not at all. Not at
So
all.
I just think people are hitting a ceiling. Like people are just, and I think I don't. I don't think people are ready to really understand that. Yo, this is gonna be life for a minute. So you're not going to be in concert for a very long time, or at least it's gonna be like very limited. So I think it's going to come back. Concerts and live in it's gonna come back, but it's gonna be in the same capacity like the Super Bowl or just like these basketball. Like it's gonna be limited access, and that's gonna even suck even more. And I think that's just gonna create even more frustration because now the money is not gonna be the same for the artists, but
Not,
also for the people.
it's not even going to even be worth it.
You
That's
can't
why.
pack the arenas no more.
Right. That's why, you know, the advertisement people pulling out, it's like it's not even going to even be worth it. Like the money that they're going to invest into putting these sets together. You know what I mean? The lighting companies coming out. You know, people that's controlling the stage and controlling the lights, and it's not even going to even be worth it to even come out and set up for 100 people.
Right.
We could do that. You know what I'm saying? We could do that at you know, at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ew, like, but Jacqueline, Jacqueline, you handle artists. So And I wanted to ask you this question like the last show, but how is your artist adjusting to like just this whole thing and like trying to figure out what's that next step? Because everybody's trying to figure out what's the next move.
Yeah, I mean, I think just so you know, we're getting some bad storms in the back. So you sound like Transformers to me, but I think I picked up enough of what you were saying. Um,
Oh,
but a lot of it is fan engagement and fan interaction. You start losing your fans, you start losing your overall revenue, you start losing your follow base. So artists really need to start figuring out how to get in touch with their fans because that creates that word of mouth buzz. It's kind of like the grassroots movement of, this song just, went live. If Versus doesn't know about it, guess what's going to happen? He's not going to tell a bunch of other people. And so we need to really go back to that because artists don't have budgets. They, or they have limited budgets and they don't have the ability to pay for some of these digital streaming packages. A lot of it has to go back to the artists really building their brand and partnering up with people that can offer kind of live stream concerts or some other fashion of connecting with their fans. Otherwise, if we're just going to wait and wait and wait and wait for concerts to come back whole, it's going to be a long waiting game, and who knows what the protocols are going to be at that point. So I definitely think that artists need to learn how to re-engage with their fan base.
Good luck with that.
What do you mean?
I'm just
Good luck,
man. These artists
It's
lazy,
the
man.
truth, though.
I'm saying I get it, but these artists lazy, man. You know what I'm saying? They lazy and they don't want to put in the work, man. You know what I mean? That's why I say when you take away that original grassroots hustle game, when they took that away from the music industry and started going digital with everything and all of this stuff or whatever, that made the game lazy to me, in my opinion. Because when you were out there, printing your CDs up, got your flyers or whatever out there hand to hand out front of the club, networking, meeting people, you know what I'm saying? That grassroots building, going from city to city, doing shows, booking your shows, going to these clubs, getting in there, building an organic fan base from the ground. They lazy. They don't understand the business. They don't understand how much money it takes on this side of it. Because you can have good product, okay, but what's the next step? How much
look at
bread
your
you got?
celebrities, right? But look at your celebrities like Master P or Nipsey, who really went grassroots marketing. They believed in their product so much they sold it out of their cars. They went to the CD stores. They connected with the DJs. They went to the radio stations. But we have to take into consideration radio stations is changing. Terrestrial radio. The game is changing, and so I think there's a lot of artists and record labels and whatnot that are just confused as well and trying to like throw a dart and say, did this stick? Did this work? And I think there's so many people that are trying to find pioneer ways of, making the next big thing, but it takes collaboration. And at the end of the day, it's hard work. Hard work and hustle is what's really going to make you come out. And if you don't have that, or if you're just going to pass the buck onto a PR company or pass the buck onto your record label or your distribution company, you're setting yourself up for a failure. So the artists really need to start embracing who they are, their music, and really understanding grassroots marketing.
You got to have some money. Period. You don't have no money, it don't matter how good your product is.
Besides money,
hang it up.
But besides money, let's be real. A lot of these artists ain't got no personality. I'm gonna keep it a buck. A lot of these artists have no type of personality. They're not interesting outside of the music. So it's kind of like asking certain artists, or at least majority artists, to be engaged with your fans. Find something creative. They not creative because you got a lot of artists that can't even write their own songs. So it's like, how
or
you
look at
to be able
and
to
look at the And look at the artists that hide behind autotune. They really can't perform a damn show because they have so much damn autotune. You know,
Man, the game is just oversaturated with bullshit. It's just oversaturated. It's like
to us hard-hitting facts.
it's just oversaturated, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, you're competing with there's no separation in this stuff, man. It's just it's oversaturated. You know, everybody promoting their music. Everybody's trying to do it that way. That is not going to be enough because it's so much variety out there right now. It's so much variety out there. So it's like, I agree. You got to find your fan base. How do you do that? How do you find your fan base? How do you find your core fan base right now? You in Dallas and your fans might be in Arizona. How do you find them? How you feel what I'm saying? The only people that got a possible chance of winning right now is older artists who have put in the work, who have gathered their core fans or whatever, who rock with them 1,000 because they organically feel them, they organically feel the music. Right now, trying to get these other new artists, trying to get these other people, this new wave attention, good luck. Because they too busy looking at the Insta. You got to compete with the Instagram asses every day. You got to compete. I mean, I'm saying
put it on a shirt, put it on a hat.
I'm just saying.
So are you telling me you're not going to do the Bust It Challenge? Is that what you're telling me, Kev?
I'm absolutely telling you I'm not doing the Bust It Challenge. I'm just saying, like, I would hate to be a new artist trying to get in this game right now. I don't care how tight your music is. Good luck with trying to get somebody to reshare it or even listen to it. Don't try to send it to them in their DM, because you know what? You're competing with the Instagram asses. You're competing with the hackers.
The hackers.
People scared. You send them a music to listen to. They ain't gonna even listen to it. They afraid they might get hacked. So you got to compete with them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you know, you gonna have to. I mean, you have to get on TikTok and color your hair yellow and
drop it like it's hot.
You're gonna have to, you know, try another alternative, because I'm telling you right now, you know, and labels. I mean, labels looking at your numbers, period. Right. They don't give a damn how tight your music is. First thing they looking at your influence. Oh, you got 2,000. Yeah, you know, the song's tight or whatever, because they looking for ready-made packages already. They're not going to invest in nothing that don't already have a buzz. So good luck. Good luck.
K-pop. Yeah, we gotta when we launch collab merch, we need to make sure that we get a mock-up of Kano the Don with his finger pointed out saying good luck.
All I can say is good luck. You know what I mean? People send me music all the time. They send me music all the time. As soon as you ask them, they want you to do this, they want you to do that or whatever. They want to utilize your connection, your network, and all that. All that's cool. You know, that's what I'm doing this for, to help people. But as soon as you know, ask the big question, what's your budget looking like?
Crickets.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get back with you. You know, time costs money, resources cost money, because the people that I'm getting on the phone with, you know what I mean, they got a dollar amount on it too. I can make some things happen. You know what I mean? Half of them don't even have a good EPK put together. They don't even have the essential, the package not even put together. Yeah, you got the music, but at the end of the day, it's like, what are you doing? Right. You doing things out of sequence. You know, you recording your music. You know what I mean? Putting your music out there. You don't even have a visual. First thing people want to see, but they want, dang, this is a title song or whatever, man. Let me go see if you got it on you. You ain't on there. You lost a fan. Just that fast. Crazy. Then by the time you drop the video, the song and died down, is over with. Because here come Lil Ray, here's somebody else with the Lil, it's moving like this right now.
Right.
You gotta have your stuff together. If you ain't got your stuff together, somebody else finna fly past you because they got theirs together, might got a bag on top of it with connections, and that's how they going, they getting up there. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question though. Because live shows is freaking impossible right now. That is, and it's nothing but a big fat question mark on that, right? So with that being said, will we see a renaissance? Will we be seeing something happening to the music industry that has not been important for a very long time since we've been in the modern age of music, which is album sales? Will we see album sales go up? Will then that be a bigger emphasis more? Will we see numbers trend up because the live shows cannot be utilized, and that's the only way you can really consume music?
No.
Listen, consumers will get it quicker and cheaper, and that's how they want to do it. So they'd rather go to your Spotify's or SoundClouds, whatever. They don't want to download music. It's consumer behavior. That was my bachelor's degree, is understanding consumer behaviors, and we have to understand our generation. The main people who are downloading music are your young teeny boppers. The young teenagers that will drive up those streams. I will tell you what is very eclectic are vinyls, and I think that every artist should at least put an amazing LP or EP together. That's a higher upsell. You'll get some really good consumers with vinyl, in my opinion. The people who actually want to spend it. Exactly. If your music is good, correct. Correct.
I wouldn't
I
agree.
I agree with you.
Vinyl,
vinyl material.
Money. If your material, I do as well. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the game is young. If you hit, it's like if you ain't gathered fans back when Boost and them and back in the game or whatever, good luck.
Right.
Is all I can say. Good luck. You can get on here and do 1 million interviews. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, trying the hardest thing to obtain right now is support. And that's free. So you put support out there, get support for free. And you trying to sell somebody some music or get somebody to stream some music. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, because you go over there and the guy who's drinking the ocean spray on the skateboard playing Fleetwood Mac went viral.
I know.
And somebody got some tight music like Jay versus a lot of people that I know, Bashir, a lot of people that I know, Lyrical, got tight music, but the guy with the ocean spray quart on the skateboard drinking. I ain't doing nothing, little to no effort at all. Went viral. And I'm still trying to understand it. That's why I wanted to talk to him, because I just want to know, like, this is how the game is right now. As an artist, you can't see that. If you're not a gimmick or doing something funny or something crazy that's just gonna wow people, you better have some tight music. You better have something that's gonna get some tears out of somebody, because I'm telling you right now, everybody is an artist right now. And you compete, new artists, you competing with a trillion new artists.
Right.
Good luck.
Well, it's just like the Buzz It song, that became an instant hit once went viral on TikTok. And so it's like,
but that's my point. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
This is what you're competing with. You got a guy
right.
who, and I still don't understand the Corvette song, but everybody making him famous off of doing the dance. Corvette, he literally said in the song, and it's the greatest thing ever. So that's what you're competing with, new artists.
I don't know. I
If
don't know
you,
nothing about the Corvette guy, but
my point exactly.
if it's that funny, I
That's
like
what you're competing with. So now people like myself, we just listening to old music. When I want to jam out, or you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put on something that you know, whether it's old rap, old
Oldies.
R&B, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you know, if you want to get a feeling, if you want to feel a certain type of way, you got to go back to
But
capture
we
that
can't
feeling.
sleep on the new R&B artists, you know. We can't sleep because we got some people who are new that do channel some feeling. R&B is honestly, no matter whether it's new or old, is always it's gonna be a vibe. It's always gonna be a vibe. Rap
Hmm.
is complete trash. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care it's trash. I don't even listen to rap in my free time like that unless you're one of my favorites that I listened to growing up, or idols, my idols. Other than that, all of you new dudes, I don't give a damn about. Like, it all sounds the freaking same. It sounds so boring, stale, no originality. It's always what? How many Corvette? Like, bro, first it was Roddy Rich, and now it's the Corvette guy. All that shit sounds the same to me. So I don't listen to you dudes, and I could care less about how anybody feels about it. Y'all don't get my pen moving, so you're irrelevant to me. So I don't care how many little 12-year-olds say you popping. It don't mean nothing to me. So I'm listening to R&B in my free time most of the time. So
The
it's just,
game is young right now,
well, the game
and
has always been young.
that's the entertainment business.
It's
You
always been
know,
young,
the game is young right now. It's gimmicky. You know what I mean? If you ain't got, and that's what the label's looking for. You know, I know tons of dynamic artists right now. You know what I'm saying? Who don't have a budget. It's
but
don't have not only don't they have a budget, but they don't even have the fan base.
see, the thing is though,
Not even in their own city.
you don't need the labels though.
Right.
You don't need the labels. I mean, at the end of the day,
You don't need the labels,
you
but
can
at the end of the
if
day,
you're create the problem is that everybody is so unimaginative that they can't get it done. Because if somebody on TikTok who ain't got a dime to their name can amass some type of following, as an artist, you kind of have no freaking excuse. You need to get creative and utilize. There's no excuse to not put yourself in some kind of position to have a following, because one, there's way more outlets to do it on. Two, there's more resources. Like, dude, you can get you a camera and a microphone. Like, anybody can record in a house. Anybody can record a dope visual with a freaking iPhone. You can do that. There's apps that literally will take your basic video and turn it into a magical freaking visual, like some professional did it. There's really no excuse. I mean, no, really, there's not. But it's just like, artists are lazy and just lack imagination, because they think,
Mm.
oh, I need a label. Man, the labels are desperate because album sales are not a thing anymore like that, and shows is not like, so they're grasping at anybody who has a following, right?
Right.
So you don't really but once artists realize they don't need the labels, and all you got to do is just utilize what you got and make the best of that and make it dope. If your product is dope, if the song is dope, all you got to do is just get creative with the song. That's it.
Right.
That's all you
Right.
got to do. Use the
I
internet,
just
get
think
creative.
it's more to it than that. I really think that, and I agree with you 1,000. I just think that the game is not the same anymore. The fans are not the same anymore. People are not the same anymore. People don't appreciate music anymore the same anymore. I just think that everything is different now, and you have to approach it as such. Period. Nothing is the same anymore. You can post something super dope. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't rocking with you, they just ain't rocking with you for whatever reason it may be. They're not even giving the music a try. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's sad that we are living in that type of world, but that's the hard reality of it, though.
There's a back
Right.
door.
I still appreciate, a good joint. I'm pretty sure y'all appreciate a good joint, and a lot of more other people that I know. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about the internet.
Yeah. There's a back door to everything, though. There's a
But you
back
got to
door to
realize, yeah, I mean, and people have short attention spans, so they might only like the chorus of the song, don't even know what the lyrics are. But if it has a dope ass beat, guess what? They're gonna rock with it. So you got to understand, our consumers, they've changed. You know, the
I just think
classicals
that
of the '90s and 2000.
the industry have single-handedly changed the game.
Oh, music has changed.
They done
Absolutely.
changed ears. They done changed the way that people listen to music now. It's like they have pushed so much of the garbage out in the front to the point to where people ears not even season for it anymore, to the point to where if the beat don't sound like this, or if it ain't like this, then they not even giving it a try. Is
Right.
they own to something else that sounds what they're familiar with hearing, that sound that they familiar with hearing. Because it's just like, if you pretty much at this point, you like what you like, and you know what you know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know a good joint when I hear a good joint, and when I do hear a good joint, I just feel sorry when I look at the position that they're in and wish that I could do more for them.
Right.
But we're talking about the entertainment business. That's all that it is. And if you are not entertaining, take your personal feelings out of it. If you are an artist and you are trying to get in the entertainment business, you got to understand it's your job to entertain. Period. Whatever your entertainment might be. But if you can't get your city,
Right.
good luck.
No, that's true. That's true.
Good luck.
Hey, man, like I said, most of these artists don't have a freaking personality, so they don't know how to do anything else. So, like, I mean, I got a freaking YouTube channel, and I mask people that don't even know me for my music. First and foremost, I introduced myself. I built a platform, still building it. I got people that rock with me regardless, and like they like my music. That's a way. That's a solution if you can do it. But you got people who can't get in front of a camera and talk about things or present themselves in a different light. You can't just doing music is not gonna get it done.
It's not enough.
Right.
It's not gonna get it done. So you gotta find a different way to build a fan base, then hit them with the music. And because if the product's dope, people they're gonna fuck with it. They're gonna
once you lock them in another way, you know what I'm saying? Then once you went because one thing for sure, once people rocking with you, they rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? Then you can introduce new things, you know what I mean, and expose them to, other skills and talents that you may have or whatever. But right now, just doing music, man, you can hang it up, man. Good luck is all I can say. Good luck.
Well, let's talk about something that has been popping. What's up with Bernie Sanders' mittens?
Wow.
Bernie Sanders. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I just gotta get this off. I'm so disconnected from the Bernie Sanders memes. I don't know where the hell they came from, but they just popped up, and I'm just like,
I just wish I would have went on head on and copyrighted them Bernie Sanders shirts before he did. I could have came up, man, because I'm talking about they popping right now.
I'm just so.
I'm telling you, talk about entrepreneurship. There's mittens on sale. There's T-shirts going viral. I'm telling you,
Bernie Sanders patented though.
Oh well.
Yeah, you know that.
The lady that apparently did his mittens is selling. Is getting a lot of requests for mittens, so she making bank right now.
But that's just my point. That's just my point. Something like that. The artists, again, I'm talking here again. Mittens superseded all of the hours and hard work that you have put in, and you've been online for 2 years trying to come up and put your music out there. And Bernie Sanders sits in the chair with the mittens, and he's the next phenomenon. He's popping right now.
I just don't
we
get it. I
we
don't.
needed something to bring in some humor because dang,
That's
it's
what's humorous about it? He a old dude
I
trying to
done,
do
I
better.
done seen some dope memes though. I'm not gonna lie, they funny as hell.
man,
I mean,
I seen one where he was when in the end of, was that you, Jack, that showed me the one he's in the NWA group, that the famous the NWA cover, and Bernie Sanders was in there. I'm talking about, man, that's who winning right now. I need to get with them, the mean people, whoever, they winning right now, and they've been winning for quite some time.
right,
They did the Jordan one, they crying for. I'm talking about, they killing it, man. Memes is what's up.
man,
Maybe some artists need to just jump into the meme game.
uh,
Maybe that might be a way.
man, there's no saving these artists, man. At the end of the day, at the, they they don't want to learn business, and as long as artists want to remain stupid and not understand business, they're always going to be in a rut. You're always going to have your people, as really honestly, not even just that. Once you have to want to know business, and then on top of that, stop trying to kiss the asses of these labels, because these labels don't
right,
care. They're going to go after the people that have the numbers, who's going to bring them revenue. Then their artist development
right.
is not real. It does not exist anymore. It's not a thing. They're not looking to build you up. This ain't Motown.
That is
A
true.
lot of artists still don't understand. They think that it's the freaking, like it's 2003, and labels are trying to develop artists, or put hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions behind an unproven person that ain't
They'll
got
do
no
it.
track.
They'll do it. They'll do it with somebody who you know what I'm saying, who popping. They'll
No,
do it. They do
yeah,
it all
yeah,
the time.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, when somebody who
How do you
already
get
has
popping?
a following,
Exactly.
they're not
Exactly.
giving, they're not putting
And
them.
then you know, people looking at what's the guy name? Man, what's that guy name who did it without the label, man?
What,
Ah,
2003?
music is dope. I can't think of this guy's name, but you got to look at
That's
the work that he put in though. He put the grassroots work in. You know what I mean? But
a lot
in
of
this
people.
game, in this game, man, things burn out fast because, like Jack
They do.
said, you know, the world has a short attention span right now, and you know, having a good run. Only
Right.
people that really having a good run still is the older heads.
Yeah,
They the only ones who still, you know, having a good run, because when they drop something, people gonna go rock with it, because I mean the work already done been put in already. So all they got to do is just get with the new wave, the new, you know, streaming thing or whatever, and continue to get money. It done got easier for them. You know what I mean? Because they already got, you know, Tech Nine. Exactly. You know,
yeah.
Tech Nine put in the grassroots work.
Tech
It's
Nine
why
been
Tech Nine is still eating big. You know, the way he has a hardcore fan base.
he's
Point
from
blank period. And he didn't get that from the internet.
he's from that era though. That era.
Hmm.
So he got that opportunity and things like that. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, people can sit on their hands and think that a label is gonna come in and Captain Saber hold them and give them a rap career. Like, it's not gonna happen. No, the A&Rs are not in the cities no more. Do you know what A&R looking like? On the computer, looking for just scouring Instagram, YouTube, and everything. That is what A&R look like. They don't care. They're not come pulling up at no show. There ain't no freaking showcases and nothing like going on anyway. So there ain't nowhere for
Right.
you to perform for real. And then if you do, it ain't nothing but a freaking scam anyway. They scammed you out your $200 to get on stage, stacked with a bill of 40 other artists.
Right.
The
Well, I
showcase.
mean, that's three thread. That's what is it? 360. I mean, what it is all them showcases. All them showcases are bullshit. It's
Right.
just a waste of money. So South by Southwest, all that ain't nothing but a bunch of A&Rs who got together, who probably got fired from labels and got together or whatever, and putting together some stuff and hustling and making money off of artists who have lack of knowledge. That's all it is, or whatever.
which is a lot of them because they be getting 20 dudes, 20 artists to perform on one night. One night, and all of them paid $200. So 20 times 200, that's a whole bunch of money finessed. So at the end of the day, man, hey, you only not winning because you ain't trying to educate yourself. But we
Amen.
are reaching the end of our show. This was a dope show. But of course, we had to cap this out on though, because it is the 1 year anniversary of the Mamba and Gigi Bryant as well, his daughter, and just the other 8 people that perished in that horrific accident. And seeing that I am in the middle, I will go first here. So I'm saying my dedication, my memorial to Kobe. Man, a year. It's been a minute. It's been wow, and it's like
Yeah.
it still seems unreal. And I hear a lot of people say that a lot, like, wow, it still feels unreal. And even though that was one of those deaths that that rocked the world like heavy, and just the way it happened, and I still can't believe it. I mean, you can't really see it. Again, move my camera over again. Move to slide that over. I got him on the wall behind me, man. That's Kobe right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't really slide it over, but that my guy. And yeah, my dad was the one that made me a Kobe fan because he was a Kobe fan. So yeah, just I inherently became a Kobe fan, and since I was 5, and I played ball since I was 5, and still to this day. So Kobe was a huge part of my life, huge part of my life, and he inspired so many people with just playing basketball. Like he was such a well-rounded person. He had a good heart, not perfect, because a lot of people think because you giving somebody praise or praising their memory, they think, oh, you acting like this person was a perfect. Yeah, he had his flaws, and Kobe never presented himself to be a perfect person. That's the thing. So, but he was. I mean, the guy was everything you would like to aspire to be in life. He had a phenomenal life. Spoke like 4 or 5 languages, and he was big, kind of almost larger than life. And yeah, like it's still crazy till this day, and I can't believe it's been a year. Like, it can't. It's still hard for me to believe. I mean, I did a stream on my channel. Just my personal stream to commemorate his memory, and I mean, it's crazy. I was putting that thumbnail together, looking for pictures, to make the thumbnail. And man, when I say I felt it in my chest, like I had to hold tears back because I cried. I cried when Kobe passed. Like I cried like a baby, and I didn't cry for a very long time until that point. Like I let it out, and I felt like it was about to happen again when I was putting that thumbnail together, just looking at Kobe pictures. And yeah, it just it's tough. It's tough. It's tough to think that somebody like that, but it also just is a reminder life is so short, and I mean, at least he lived his life, you know. He lived an extraordinary life and touched a lot of people, inspired a lot of people, and yeah. So I hate that his daughter passed, like, and she was the next up because Kobe didn't have sons. So the basketball world, sports world was on notice. Like Gigi was gonna keep the mantle of the Bryant name,
Hmm.
you know, and everybody was looking forward to see how Gigi was gonna grow up, and how she is she gonna be she's the greatest female basketball player to ever live, like like a dad was one of the greatest to ever do it. And yeah, that made that death even like worse. Like, man, it was like, man, no, not Kobe. But then you hear his daughter was involved too, and then it was just like that was one of life's most cruel ones. I gotta say, it was one of the most cruel ones that I've heard, and
Yeah.
yeah. So, man, but I just want to kind of end it on this note as far as for my take. So that reminded me that life is very short, and you just gotta go for whatever you gotta do, go for whatever what you want to do. Like Shades over here was speaking on earlier. If you want, get that entrepreneur spirit, man. Like if you have a plan, you've been thinking about it, do it. Invest in yourself while you still can.
Right.
Because the tomorrow is not guaranteed. So just try to maximize your existence here on this planet. And that's what I was really torn up but inspired at the same time, because you look back at his life. I mean, that guy is the pinnacle of discipline, dedication, and hard work, and
Hmm.
just the will to make it happen. But I'm tearing up. Yeah, goddamn. I'm good. That's
I would
it.
say, I would say for me, I was up really early this morning. And sorry, I keep cutting in and out. We get really bad storms right now. My electricity is flickering, so hopefully I can finish what I need to
Desert
say.
storms.
I know. But no, I was up really early this morning. I felt Kobe's presence. I think for me, when it happened, it was just initial shock. Like, it can't be true. And it was like for TMZ to report it first. I'm like, oh, it's TMZ. I'm like, I gotta wait for another, video to come out. I'm like, it's not right. And you start questioning, like, why would a helicopter go in such deep fog? And then you just start thinking like all these different emotions. And I think that the more that it started coming out, it made you take some perspective into life about, yes, life being short. What Kobe stood for. He was, he loved being a girl dad, and I thought that that was an amazing story in itself. He really, really much empowered, women's basketball and WNBA and, just youth sports in general. So, like, his life after retirement from the NBA was just an amazing story. And, I've watched so many documentaries over and over again about Kobe. And the one thing that he's got this amazing perseverance. He has this amazing mentality of just never giving up. And, I think when I think about legacies, what did Kobe leave behind? He left some amazing gems, some amazing jewels that all of us can take into our lives. We have no excuses, and we have to really get up, believe in ourselves, and grind, because if we don't believe in ourselves, nobody else is going to. And I think about like my life, and not to compare anything to Kobe, but just having that Mamba mentality is what I really like to talk about. Is I came from nothing. I came from the streets, in Illinois, Chicago area, and um, used to live in a basement. And my father was manic depressive abusive. My entire childhood was abusive, and the survival rate for me was very slim. So the fact that I'm here today, I'm a survivor of abuse. And I speak about that in my classes that I teach. I had a son at 19, and somehow, some way, I still became Dr. Martinez. And, I think a lot of that just goes through perseverance and self belief and self love. And I think that that's something that I want to give back as my legacy, is making sure that women, especially women that have been abused, that you have no limitations, that you can really do anything that you want to do in life. And the sky's the limit when you start to really believe in yourself. So I'm thankful for all of the jewels that Kobe has left, for men and for women and for youth. And I hope that, our youth can really grasp the Mamba mentality.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. For me, I really, really, when Jordan left the game, I pretty much was done with it at that point. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I never thought that I would ever have that feeling again, of the feeling that Jordan gave me, to be glued in front of the TV, to not move, to watch his every move, the way he walked, the way he moved, the way, he talked to people, the way he just everything about him. Just, I'm not getting up until a commercial come on to go run and rush and hurry up and do what I need to do so I can get back, because I didn't want to miss anything. So when he left, a part of me left the game too, you know. But then this kid comes along, and it was something about him. When I first seen him, it was something about this kid that just had me like, I don't know, man. Like, this is something special about him. And I just continued to just follow him and watch the progression, because he wanted it so bad. Even when he was young, fresh, a freshman coming in the game in the league, straight out of high school. I was watching him, in high school, but not like that. But then I watched him grow and watched him progress and work on his game and perfect his game. And it restored the feeling to me again. It made me want to watch it again. It made it exciting again. Each and every game, watching him grow from a high school player, jump in the league, and just take the league over and become the league and become the epitome of what a ball player really should be, with putting in the work, putting in the time, the grind that's necessary. That's everything, even with life. Your everyday life has to be that way. That type of focus, to be able to separate yourself from everything that's going on, all the distractions and all of the stuff, who knows all of the things. I mean, that stuff just comes to you, but to just remain focused and just want to be the best, that's a mentality. He wanted to be the best, and he done that, and he left a legacy. And I love him for that. I love him for all of the time that he put in. I love him for that. I love what he stood for, and everything else falls under that to me. I feel like if you're not trying to do it like that, he had the endorsements, he had all that stuff, but that wasn't his key focus. He wasn't worried about the money and all of that stuff like that. He had all of that stuff too. It was the game. And that's what superseded that situation that happened with him when the media tried to destroy him. He didn't fall off. He could have took that and fell off, but he took all of that hate, just like Tiger Woods took all of that hate, because people feel like you're not a human being and you can't make mistakes or things can't happen. But he rose over that. I love that dude for that. Rest in peace to all of the other people that passed away. His daughter, who he was investing so much time into, who she loved, her dad, and her dad loved her. That right there is the definition of father and daughter, the love you have for your child. Walked away from the game and just invested his time into his child.
Phenomenal father.
Rest in peace to all of the other families, members that passed away. Prayers still go out to all of those families who lost loved ones as well in that fatal crash that day, the day that the world stopped, to me. Rest in peace, Mamba. I love you, man, for everything that you gave us, all of the blessings, man. I don't think we'll ever see that ever again in life. I don't think we'll ever see that again. Again, that's my personal opinion. Rest in peace, Mamba. Rest in peace, Gigi. And rest in peace to all of the other ones who lost their lives in that fatal crash on that fatal day.
Definitely. Definitely Kobe will be missed. For, like they say, legends never die, and God damn it, man, the Lakers need to go ahead and immortalize him in front of the Staples Center. Cause I mean cause like, and people talk about Kyrie. I think he's a pussy. That's how I feel about Kyrie. But he goes around talking about, you know, how much he cares and looks up to Kobe and his legacy and things like that. But dude, you don't even act like Kobe. Kobe would have never bounced had the round like he does when he doesn't get his way. You know, the Lakers weren't always great. You know, they had that first three-peat, and then they sucked for a while. But you talk about determination and just to stick it out and just to ride it out and hey, because that was his mentality. It was like, all right, if y'all not gonna help me get it done, then just get the fuck out of my way and I'm gonna do it myself. I don't care how I look like. I don't care. People call me a ball hog. Well, shoot, my teammates not getting it done. So hey, guess what? I'm gonna try to do it myself then because y'all don't have that. But that's what happens when you're a regular human being and you know you a sheep. You don't know what it's like to have that mentality of like I'm gonna get it done by any means necessary. We might lose this game, but hey, I'll be damned if I didn't put
Right.
in the work. So you know, and hey, you know, and like that's why I said earlier, Kobe never presented himself as a perfect person. But damn, you know, he stood strong in believing in who he is as a person. He never let the media, you know, sway his thoughts about himself.
And even
And
through the injuries, he always never
oh
gave
yeah,
up. He came back, stronger and just wanted to prove to everybody else that, he's unstoppable. And I think that that is a huge legacy to leave for athletic, sports in general.
He didn't bounce. He didn't bounce teams to go get rings.
Hmm.
Let's never forget that. Stuck it
he
out.
stuck it
Stuck it
out.
out.
He inspired me. He inspired me. Inspired all of us. And look, like everybody should look at Kobe's, his legacy, his history, that he has left. And there's not one portion of his life that he has, blessed us being a public figure that he has not instilled some kind of inspiration. So I'm trying to attack everything like mama mentality, and I'm going for broke with what I gotta do. I hope that everybody else, commits to what you gotta do because like this pandemic happened, nobody was ready for it. I'm just hoping that the fact that we do have to sit down, I hope that everybody is looking within,
Right.
and asking yourself like, what more can you do? Are you really doing and what you need to do? Are you doing enough? You know.
Absolutely.
So
Shout out to everybody who was on the live, man, who actually stayed in, enjoyed the show, man. We want to send nothing but love out to y'all, man. We really, really value y'all and appreciate the love and all of the support. We definitely appreciate that. You guys are really the champions. Shout out to Roman Stewart. Shout out to Vibe Show Casper. Shout out to Balancing Act Radio Show. Shout out to
shout out
GS Music.
to Leland.
Shout out to Mr. Lawton TV. Shout out to Lisa Nichols. Shout out to
Man, that was everybody. I see.
shout out to Sunshine
Sunshine.
and everybody else who was on the live, who come back and watch the replay or whatever. You have to take care of business, I understand, or whatever. A 2-hour show, I get it. We appreciate any time that we got from y'all. This wraps our show up, and you guys can tune in next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will have some special guests joining us on next week's episode, so you guys tune in. It gets better as we go along. Continue to keep yourselves safe. Take this pandemic seriously, but at the same time, let's use that Mamba mentality and attack life and things that we need to get done. Let's stop making excuses and let's get it done. I'm Kano the Don. I love y'all. Y'all can follow me on IG at the Vibe Show 97.9 FM. I love y'all. Versus.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is, man. Real versus the only versus. All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Follow me at Real Versus. Want to keep up with me. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel where I even talk more shit. And I honestly don't care. So if you want to just keep up with me on that, YouTube channel is J Versus. Y'all be safe, man. Wear your mask
Yes.
and man, let's all look within, get in shape if you need to be in shape. Okay. Read a book if you feel like you need to read a book. Just do everything to sharpen yourself in any kind of capacity. Because like I said, in Balancing Act quoted me, you know, maximize your existence on this planet. If you ain't trying to do that, you just taking up space.
Jack.
The one and only Dr. Jacqueline Martinez. You can find me on Instagram at JacquelineYvette_PR. I think my message to all of y'all is to know who you are and live your legacy and make sure that you're building your legacy every day. I mean, it takes effort, it takes self love, it takes self belief, and don't let anyone shy you from your dreams. No matter what obstacle comes in your way, make sure that you're leaving a legacy, and you want to know that you're being remembered in an honorable way.
VIBEOne. See y'all next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all come back and vibe out with us again. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications to be alerted every time we got another amazing show. We love y'all. Y'all be
Bye.
safe.
Peace.